Hello and welcome to HBM's Crypto-Corner for Wednesday, January 31st, 2024, almost February. We have quite a few things to talk about, so let's get started. The first white cougar was seen in the jungles of Brazil's Atlantic Ocean. Here's a photo of the white jaguar. Series of amazing pictures of a very rare white cougar has recently taken the internet by surprise. Cougar, not jaguar. I said jaguar, I meant to say cougar. The four images were taken in 2013, but they reappeared recently as scientists confirmed this was the first recorded use of leucidic puma. Photographs were taken using a trap camera at Serra dos Argeiros National Park, a reservation in the jungles of Brazil's Atlantic Ocean. Even if albinism, leukemia, and even melanoma are common in wild cats, there is no record of cougars in these genetic conditions. The reason is still a mystery to scientists. It's a beautiful cat. There's the trail cam that took the pictures, I imagine. There's another picture. Beautiful cat, like I said. It's an amazing story. The fact that we have not melanistic, but white cougars. Melanistic would be black, obviously. And this is a very rare event, but it has occurred apparently. Interesting. Here's an article from 2016. The world is not ready to accept what Bigfoot is. The Canadian Adrian Erickson led a multi-year Bigfoot research project from 2005 to 2010. Much controversy has surrounded his endeavors. In this exclusive in-depth interview, Erickson talked about why his highly anticipated documentary was canceled, how he thinks about the reaction of the science community towards his project, why he's convinced that the sleeping Sasquatch footage is authentic, and explains what the DNA evidence gathered at his sites has shown. Basically, he goes into the reasons why his documentary was canceled. I think he may have had a DNA project as well. Oh, what am I thinking? Yes, he did. Matilda, yeah, but wasn't Matilda a Chewbacca mask? Somebody in a Chewbacca mask? Although, if you've seen my video about the Ohio Bigfoot Conference 2022, Matt Moneymaker tried to claim, well, that's what Bigfoot looked like. It's not a Chewbacca mask, he told me, because I asked him about that myself. He claimed that Bill Munns was actually wrong about his assessment. But if you look at Matilda, the alleged Sasquatch, and you look at the Chewbacca mask, they are identical. So Matt was fooled, obviously. Now, Adrian had a research site in Kentucky, and That was where John Bendenogel, the late John Bendenogel, claimed he saw a Sasquatch. I don't want to accuse Adrian Erickson of being a hoaxer. I don't think he is. But maybe John Bendenogel did see something. It's entirely possible. I mean, the odds are pretty good, I guess, that he saw something. Anyway, the interview will be linked below for you guys to take a look at. Article from 2021: The Himalayan Yeti Expeditions of Southwest Research Institute founder Tom Slick. Slick had adventurous spirit and deep pockets. And here's the Shipton photograph of a supposed track. Southwest Research Institute has long been a center of discovery and scientific endeavors in the San Antonio area. Established in 1947, its founder, Tom Slick, was an intrepid Texas oil and cattle man with deep pockets and a vested interest in exploration. In some cases, this extended into the pursuit of a certain hairy ilk of cryptids. Here's a frame from the PG film. Our founder may be considered an early version of the most interesting man in the world. Not only a successful oil man and businessman, he invented lip slab construction technology, helped develop the Brangus breed of cattle, and conducted cloud seeding experiments, flying in a private plane across South Texas skies. This real-life adventurer led expeditions in the Himalayas to search for Yeti, wrote Southwest Institute in a statement to MySA. Here's a photo of Tom Slick. Said he was in the Himalayas between 1956 and 1959. They looked for Sasquatch in the Pacific Northwest between 1959 and 1962. But unfortunately, he was killed in a plane breakup over Montana. Now, not only did he look for Sasquatch and the Yeti, he also looked for giant salamanders in California. I believe this giant salamanders, I'm not sure if a species has ever been found of that. Be interesting if it was, though. Tom Slick was an interesting character. Two books I highly recommend reading about Tom Slick are Lauren Coleman's Tom Slick True Life Encounters in Cryptozoology and Tom Slick Mystery Hunter by his niece, Catherine Dixon Cook. Really good and complete picture of the man and his passions. Which lost species may be found again? Huge study reveals clues. There are 856 mammal, bird, amphibian, and reptile species currently missing, but researchers continue to search. Not sure how to pronounce that name. I'm just going to try and pronounce it. Gisan Morib was home lying in bed, sick from exhaustion after a month-long jungle expedition when his phone buzzed and a black and white photograph appeared. Morib ran outside, jumped on his motorbike, and sped through the city of Sentani on Indonesian New Guinea to his colleague's expedition and research base, where he broke down in tears. I cannot believe we found it, was all he could say, over and over. The photographs show the first recorded sighting in more than 60 years of an Attenborough's long-beaked echidna, an egg-laying mammal. After the researchers had spent 3 years of research and 4 weeks of trekking through the island's remote Cyclops Mountains, and after one leech attaching itself to Morib's eyeball. Whoa! The team's camera trap had finally captured an image of the echidna. Even now, I can't describe the feeling I had when we got it, says Morib, a biology undergraduate student at nearby Sindhurawasi University. I cannot describe the goodness of God. It can be painful for scientists to conclude that an entire species is gone forever. So after at least a decade without recorded sightings, local researchers sometimes simply declare a species temporarily lost, hoping it may eventually be found again instead of giving up entirely. In 2023, that hope led to the rediscoveries of animals that included Attenborough's echidna, Newton's golden mole in South Africa, and the Victorian grassland earless dragon, a type of Australian lizard that went unseen for half a century. Such hope also fuels ongoing, decades-long searches for species such as the American ivory-billed woodpecker, which was last seen in 1944, and may have actually been seen as recently as 2004. May still be in existence, although it was allegedly declared extinct a few years ago, as I've reported here. So interesting stuff, and this shows that even though there are species that are considered to be cryptids, sometimes you find something. Sometimes scientists find stuff. It's rare, but sometimes it happens. Hopefully it'll happen next with the ivory-billed woodpecker, or perhaps the orang pendek. We can only hope and pray that it happens soon. Lauren Coleman has recently released his top cryptozoology books of 2023. Best cryptozoology book of 2023, Merbeings, the true story of mermaids, mermen, and lizard folk. Best hominology book of 2023, The Abominable Snowman of California. I agree with that one. That's a darn good book. I really enjoyed that book quite a bit. You guys may have seen my review of it about 3 months ago. Best Cryptozoology Adventure Book of 2023, A Bulletproof Ground Sloth on the Hunt in Brazil by Pat Spain. He was also the Cryptozoologist of the Year 2023, winner of the Golden Yeti. Best Cryptid Trivia Book of 2023, The Big Book of Cryptid Trivia. Fun facts and fascinating folklore about Bigfoot, Mothman, Loch Ness Monster, the Yeti, and more elusive creatures by Bernadette Johnson. Best Illustrated Cryptozoology Book of 2023, The Illustrated Encyclopedia of Cryptozoology by Vlad Stankovic. Best Crypto Comic of the Year, Scooby-Doo or Are You number 21, which featured Lauren Coleman in his museum. Naturally, that's going to be the best crypto comic of the year. Maybe it's the only crypto comic of the year. Best American Regional Cryptozoology Books of 2023, Monsters of America by David Weatherly. Best Crypto Blog Book, Crystal Palace, Dinosaurs, Jungle Walruses, and Other Belated Block Beasts by Carl Shakur. Best Paracryptid Book of 2023, Crawlers, a conclusive case book by Nathaniel Breslin. And those were the Cryptozoology Books of the year 2023. Some good choices. Let's say that much. Of course, the Hominology Book of the year, definitely a good choice. That's the only one of the books that he listed that I have actually read, so maybe I need to catch up on my reading. Struggling Japanese village turns to legendary cryptid to revitalize community. In the face of significant depopulation and economic stagnation, a struggling Japanese village has turned to an unlikely hero in the hopes of revitalizing the community. A legendary cryptid that had been something of a phenomenon decades ago. The curious creature reportedly entered the country's zeitgeist back in the late 1980s, when sightings of a mysterious animal began circulating around the town of Shimokitayama. Dubbed the Tsuchinoko, the peculiar cryptid was said to have been snake-like in appearance with venomous fangs and a beer bottle-sized bulge at the center of its body. Beyond its physical attributes, some made the fantastic claim that the creature could actually talk, though its words were often dishonest and that it could easily leap 6 feet into the air. This must be an honest representation of the so-called cryptid. As tales of the Tsuchinoko quickly spread, a full-blown frenzy erupted in Shimokitayama, with village officials offering a sizable reward to anyone who could capture the creature or produce evidence for its existence. This led to an expedition being launched in 1988, and hundreds of people from around the country flocking to the small community in the hopes of being the one to bag the mysterious animal. Japanese media outlets soon swarmed Shimokitayama, and the quest to find the Tsuchinoko was the talk of the country, with several other towns offering similar bounties for the elusive talking snake. Hmm. Could this be just a legendary creature, perhaps? I mean, a talking cryptid? I don't know. That doesn't seem very plausible to me, anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just doesn't seem very plausible. I don't know. I just don't buy it. I just don't. Sorry. This could be just a legend of some sort instead of a genuine cryptid. But I've been wrong before. Watch. Kayakers encounter a legendary Argentine lake monster El Novelito. I think this is going to be in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, so I guess just take a look at the video for yourself.
Boludo, si no pasó nada.
Y no hay oleaje.
Y no pasó nada, boludo, ni una lancha.
Obviously, this is supposed to be the creature, obviously, right here.
Qué raro, boludo, mirá.
Let y'all have another look at that.
Boludo, si no pasó nada.
Y no hay oleaje.
Y no pasó nada, boludo, ni una lancha.
Si fuese una ola, acá también tendría que ver.
Qué raro, boludo, mirá.
What could that be? A pair of kayakers in Argentina capture remarkable footage of a mysterious creature that they encountered in a location that is said to be home to the country's resident lake monster known as El Nahuelito. According to a local media report, the strange incident occurred this past Sunday evening when the two witnesses ventured out onto Lake Noel Huapi in their boats. Shortly into the excursion, the duo was stunned to see something unusual emerge from the water a short distance away from them. We stayed away because we didn't know it was. I should say we didn't know what it was. One of the witnesses named Miguel recalled, but it was something big that was moving forward. While the pair were understandably astonished by what they were watching, they thankfully had the wherewithal to film the eerie anomaly, and the footage has since gone viral on social media in Argentina. Given the location of the encounter, the two men immediately wondered if the creature could have been the legendary El Noelito. No, conceding that its true nature remains a mystery. I don't know what it was, I can't pinpoint it, but it was pretty big, Miguel said, describing the sighting as an awesome experience. He also dismissed the possibility that the monster was merely a wave by noting that the water was calm everywhere else besides where the oddity surfaced. And if you look at the video, you do notice that the water everywhere else is pretty calm compared to what to the way that this thing created. So is this the legendary lake monster, the Argentine lake monster? Good question. Or is it something else? Makes one wonder, doesn't it? And that's good here for this week. We want to thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. But I'll continue to do this as long as you guys want me to. And hey, for the ninth year in a row, until next week, y'all be good or be good at this HBM Cryptid-Corner.